to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Nick Kinzel.
And I'm Tom Hoblet.
And we are going to be discussing the Indianapolis weekend and heading into Iowa. It is a big few weeks of racing in the Midwest. But guys, let's start off with our diecasts of the week. Tom, what'd you bring for us, buddy?
I was gonna save this one until St. Louis, but I had to pull out the Bubba 43 that was just beaten for best finish at Indianapolis. He had a third place finish with Richard Petty Motorsports, with WTT on the car, and now he's a winner of a crown jewel. So I'm excited. What a weekend for him!
Yeah, pretty sweet. And qualified second and just had a fast car.
Yeah, that's one of the diecasts I accidentally won. So that's two of the three.
There you go.
We'll save the last one for Labor Day, and that's a hint.
Hell yeah.
So it's been in the news that a certain mile and a half racetrack in Joliet, Illinois, might be coming back onto the NASCAR schedule. So I'm gonna bust out a car for my first race there back in 2012, and that's Trevor Bain's 2012 Camping World Good Sam 21 car. He ran this at my first race at Chicago back in 2012. I got a picture of me framed in front of the car, so it was a pretty cool day.
It's a good looking scheme on that one too.
Yeah, love the colors on that one. All right, so for my diagnosis, Nick, you said it. Chicagoland Speedway might be coming back, so I had to throw it back to the last race at Chicagoland Speedway when Alex Bowman got his first career win. We were all there together. That was a fun time. Camping with Nick and his family. Got to meet Mike there for the first time as well. Good memories with this weekend, right? But hopefully we'll see a return next year.
When I was in Charlotte for the Coke 600, and we went to Hendrick Fan Day, there was a burnout tire from that car for sale.
Oh
But
shit.
I, yeah, it was the same price as I paid for my bumper. I couldn't get both, but I thought about it so hard to buy the shredded tire off of Bowman Chicago, and
That would have been a pretty sweet buy.
yeah, it would have been super cool. Couldn't swing it that time.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Well, everybody is talking about it, but it is official as of yesterday. Austin Hill is suspended for this upcoming weekend for intentionally wrecking Eric Almirola at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Guys, I think this was a good move. This is the best way to handle it. We've seen this happen before with Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott, and they got suspended both for one race each. So, good move by NASCAR.
And the bigger thing is they get their
Play stupid game.
yeah, play stupid games. But the biggest thing is he loses his playoff points, whatever he's earned and whatever he will earn until the playoffs. And so you're starting on the bubble, and you're going to be on the bubble for the rest of the playoffs. So you got to go out and win. It just the team complaining. I mean, Richard Childress gets on the radio or on Twitter or something after saying NASCAR's going after him. They're a blue collar team, whatever. That's some whatever bullshit he's talking about. But they do it to themselves. They're doing this to themselves. Austin Dillon did not have to hook Denny Hamlin into the wall to win the Richmond race. Austin Hill didn't. What was he going to prove hooking Eric Almirola into the wall? They're doing it to themselves, and RCR shoots themselves in the foot yet again, whether it's Xfinity or Cup.
Yeah, that's crucial. Losing all the playoff points right there, and then you just ask yourself at the end of the day, is it worth it to wreck a guy who's not even full time in the series? So that's just stupid. But like I said, you play stupid games and win stupid prizes. Am I surprised that a guy like Austin Hill pulled something like this? Not at all. It's just the way that he races. He's a jackass on the racetrack. So yeah, enjoy your week on the couch while everyone else is racing in Iowa.
Yeah.
And
And then Austin Dillon will be in that
the
21 this
stud, the
weekend.
stud to replace him,
Yeah,
man.
right.
They
Wow.
couldn't get a Carson Hocevar or anybody else. Nobody.
Couldn't get the all-time leading winner of the Xfinity series in that fucking car.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any
yeah.
sense.
Tough, tough.
Yeah. Oh well.
I
Good
would love.
riddance.
I would sell a lot of things to see Kyle Busch run another Xfinity race in the 21 car. Come on, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
He'd do so good. Those cars are fast.
Yeah, there's been a
Damn.
lot of greats that have driven the 24.
Why?
So
Why do they put freaking Austin? I didn't even think about that till you just said it just now.
yep.
Shoot.
Uh, so Josh Williams has been fired today from Colleague Racing, effective immediately. He will not finish out the season with Colleague Racing. Carson Hocevar will fill in this weekend in the 11 at Iowa Speedway, and they will have drivers just kind of fill in for the rest of the year for that 11 car. But kind of a weird situation, just a mid-season firing. I really didn't see this. I didn't think he was gonna be signed on for next season, but I did not see it happening halfway through the year.
They weren't getting the results.
He just had to think that something, yeah, something had to happen. They weren't getting the results, and it just never seemed to really gel for them. So, yeah, to happen mid-season, you had to think that some discussions were had, but yeah, it never really worked from the beginning. So it sucks, but he really only got that right anyways because he parked it at Atlanta. Other than that, Josh Williams just brings nothing to the table.
Yeah,
It's just odd with 5 regular season races left, one of them being Daytona. Colleague still had a chance to get that 11 car in the playoffs somehow. I mean, he was sitting 19th. It wasn't crazy far out of there, but I mean, you're still getting beat. I mean, all the colleague cars are sitting right there. Eck is 16th, Daniel Dye 17th, Josh Williams 19th.
yeah,
So they're all performing about the same, but I guess I'm that's why I'm thinking there's more to this than just his performance. He
yeah.
could have overstepped a line somewhere at the shop, said something in the media. Who knows? It's just kind of weird.
Something going on behind the scenes there, but
Mm,
yeah. So maybe we'll see Josh Williams in another car. Who knows? But he'll have to make more publicity for that, I guess, because
for sure.
his on track record has not been good. All right, and how about this? Is we got a new look of the new NASCAR game coming out this fall. Dale Jr. Tom, I know you're not on Twitter, but Dale Jr. has been talking with a bunch of fans today about
Oh
like
yeah,
all the music that's going to be on there. It's not going to be just some generic Southern rock from like indie artists. Like we have like real music coming in. Like we got music from like Breaking Benjamin. They made songs for a
nice.
bunch of old NASCAR games, and it's going to be great. The menu looks awesome. They're giving a lot of hints that William Byron's going to be the cover athlete for this game. But so far, I'm blown away just with everything that has come out of this game.
I want with how 21 Ignition went. I want to pump the brake. We haven't seen any gameplay yet. We haven't seen too much of really any mechanics of the game. I know it's iRacing. I know it's going to be strong. I know they have the physical stuff. They have the tracks and the cars. They've been releasing a lot of driver. They did the ARCA and the truck list, and those lists look way more expansive than I ever thought they could or they would have. But I'm still a little bit hesitant. Yet I will be pre-ordering it to show my support. So
Right?
because I think iRacing, if iRacing can't do this game, then nobody can. There's just not a big enough market for it, and they need to get a return on their investment, or they're not going to keep going. They're going to stick with iRacing stuff that actually makes them money.
Yeah. All right. So NASCAR, we mentioned earlier, NASCAR is not going to be returning to Mexico next season, but they will be likely returning to Chicagoland Speedway. Jordan Bianchi reported that, and it got a lot of us excited. We know they're not coming back to the street course next year. Um, so this is opening up the door for Joliet, boys. Back to some great racing at the mile and a half. Can't wait.
That track seems perfectly set up for this car. And like we reported a couple weeks ago, the track is 3 months. They flip a switch, 3 months later, it's ready to go. They got a lot of Chicago staffers in NASCAR that aren't doing anything for the next year. Get them down there with a weed whacker. Get them down there with a lawnmower. Get them down there with a paintbrush. They'll get that thing looking nice. Just do not get them down there with a street paver.
Right. Leave it
Leave it.
as
Leave
is.
it.
The the track aged perfectly, and I can't even imagine now. It's been 6 years since they ran there.
Mhm.
It's gonna be 7 years come next season, so who knows how much more the track has aged, but all I know is we're going to see some fantastic racing. Hopefully, we'll see some good tire wear racing as well, because from what I remember, this track, it was tearing up those tires.
I can't hear you guys.
Ah,
I
figured.
can't hear you guys.
Figured.
It's so in
Switch
and
back to
out.
Wi-Fi.
Like I hear every time.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, I
It's getting
got
worse.
it's just frustrating. Yeah. I don't know, boys. I don't know if I'll be a part of the show this week
We're going to have
because this is
to,
pissing me off.
if you can hear me, we're going to
I'm
have
gonna
to
have to
get.
start coming.
So I was going to say, we're going to have you come here again. We'll have to do the in person show.
I'm gonna start coming back. It's ridiculous.
I didn't hear you, but I know what you meant.
I, I don't know, boys.
if
I
you
don't
want to
know.
sit this one out, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Chicago.
We'll leave that in.
Damn,
It's
folks,
bullshit,
we don't
man.
have we
All
don't have the
right.
largest budget on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, starting next week, I'm gonna start coming back to your house
Yeah.
for this because this is
Ooh,
ridiculous.
Sounds good.
ooh, fun.
All right. Well, have a good show,
All
boys.
right. Thanks,
All
bud.
right, buddy.
See. All right. Well, Nick had to leave. Unfortunately, his Wi-Fi was not working well with us, and we couldn't hear him. He couldn't hear us. But the show goes on. Let's talk Indy. The Truck Series went to IRP this weekend, and you know what, Tom? I love that track. I love it for the Truck Series. And I think it's perfect. I think these are kind of tracks that the Truck Series needs to race more at.
I think this is the perfect model for the truck series. Send Cup and Xfinity series to the big tracks. Send the truck series to a adjacent track that's not too far. You can still have your live pit stops. You can still have your Cup Series pit crews. Like again, we talked about going to Chicagoland next year. Put the trucks on the dirt across the street. That would be sick. That would be awesome. It'd be
That
fantastic.
that would be cool.
And that's easy for the production crews because they just run some extra cables. Just run across the way. They can set up a nice broadcast from Route 66 Raceway, go back across the street overnight, and do the Xfinity and Cup Series. I think the trucks need to be at short tracks, need to be at more local type stuff, more regional type stuff, and be that bridge from the locals to the national. They can still tour all around, but use those local small tracks. Puts
Yeah,
on good shows.
I think that would be the best way to go. I mean, with Daytona, you can send the trucks to like New Smyrna Raceway or something like that. I think that'd be the best way to go, because the thing with short track racing, it's discipline. It lets
Hmm.
you like kind of learn how to drive in traffic the whole time and be respectful of other drivers, because we have seen way too many times all these young drivers coming up and they're already running speedways and stuff like that, and they have no respect, and they'll come to the short track and even run like dirt bags, and we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, and also just we hear all the time how expensive it is for these small teams to go truck racing. And if they're only building more short track type trucks, and they can fix them up and send them out again, the finances might work out a little better. Yes, they're traveling to different places. Yeah, they may have to pay for travel for teams to get them from track to track and whatnot. But maybe running the smaller tracks, running more similar types of tracks will be better for those teams in the long run.
Yeah, I think that would be the best way to go. But continuing on with IRP, qualifying was canceled out due to a rainy weekend out there in Indy. Lane Riggs won stage one. And then we had all the trucks pit, and we had Chastain's tire coming off. So I'm sure that there will be some crew members that will be suspended from that Nice Motorsports truck.
How? That's my question.
Yeah,
Th- Did they think they only had to put one lug on this tire too? Like what? I don't even understand how that happens.
Yeah, and it
In
was
in a
really weird how it came off too.
yeah,
Um, if I can pull it up here,
yeah,
it just
it just folded back under, like, it was
yeah,
weird.
that was very strange on how it happened. It's just
Ugh,
one of those things like you've never seen it happen in NASCAR, and it'll probably never happen again.
for sure. I don't know how it happened. It seems like Ross Chastain has had horrible luck, not only in the Cup Series since the Coke 600, but just whatever he goes and races somewhere else.
Yeah,
He's running the back, he's speeding on pit road, he's having this issue for whatever reason. You expect him to come and contend, and these teams need him to come in and contend. Probably helps their bottom line, and if he can't do it,
yeah.
that's
I
tough
mean, look at all of his Trackhouse teammates that have come down to Junior Motorsports. They've all won except him.
for
Um,
sure.
you got to think that's kind of just sitting in the back of his head right now. Even though
Oh
it's an
yeah, and
Xfinity race, it's not for a championship, but still,
right.
that's a race that you can go out there and win, and you're in the best car too. And just
Hmm.
mechanical issues and just penalties, it hurts you.
Yeah, and it's not his fault. A lot of this stuff isn't his fault, but he's dealt with it. But also, that's what Kyle Busch would say about going down to Xfinity much and the truck series. It would build his confidence. He'd go and win a race. He builds his confidence for Sunday, whether or not the car are the same. So these bad finishes are definitely affecting Ross's psyche for Sundays.
Yeah, no doubt. So then Lane Riggs won stage two, swept the first few stages, and then it was just really just domination from there with Lane
Yeah,
Riggs. I mean,
he looked
I
like Corey Heim out there.
yeah, he really did. And battled Corey Heim out there. And
Mhm.
he just kept passing so many cars. I think he restarted fifth after that one caution, and he just drove up the first, passed up a bunch of
Yeah,
guys, and ended up winning. This is what we expected Lane Riggs to do this year: is just go out there and win these
right.
races.
And 160 laps led. Like it's there's no other way to put it other than domination. So they're everybody's fighting for second place in the standings. It looks like so. And Lane Riggs is now 7 points behind his teammate Chandler Smith.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And remember, there is only one race to go. I think before the trucks playoff starts.
Yeah, you're right.
I think
And what even
if
is
I'm
their next race? Because I know they're off for is that
oh come on,
walk?
are they running Watkins
Yeah,
Glen?
Watkins
They
Glen.
are
No,
Watkins
Watkins
Glen.
Glen and then
Oh,
Richmond. So they have
Glen Richmond.
two
Two
races.
two to go. Cup Series has 5 races. Xfinity has 5. Trucks, it's crunch time
Yeah,
for these teams at the on the bubble.
it always sneaks up on you when their playoffs are starting.
Yeah, and looking at that bubble, I mean, you have two. I mean, Ty Majeski is the last one in 10th. Then you got Jake Garcia and Ben Rhodes, Ty Majeski's teammates. So they're all fighting for that last spot. And then surprisingly, you have the 17 and the 15 teammates of Corey Heim, who has just been so dominant. And you'd think that it'd be a little more equaled out, but is Corey Heim just that great? And I think Corey Heim is just that great.
I think he is. Yeah, the kid's just pure talent. All right, well let's get into the Xfinity Series race.
Yeah.
That was that was I thought it was a great race. I thought it was fun. I
I
think Xfinity cars at Indy put on a good show for stock cars.
They race really well, and as you'll hear Denny Hamlin say, it's you can see the guy in second manipulate the car ahead, which you can't really see in the Cup Series. And so even though it's one lane, it's high speed. The cars are on edge, and if you can get the guy loose in the corner, he's going to wash up. He's going to have to lift, and we saw a lot of that. And we saw Connor Zilic learn that at the end of the race. Learn in real time how to do it. He was unsuccessful the first time. I'm kind of jumping to the end here.
That's okay.
He tries to move Tanner Gray up the track. Unsuccessful. I mean, Tanner Gray had help from behind from the 41, but then he learns the second time, and then the 41 chooses the 88 this time. So it's fun to watch those guys go at it. I mean, and fun to watch these guys learn the mechanics, and that's what this series is really for.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right. So Sam Mayer led the field to green, a great qualifying round for him there. And he was able to win stage one, holding off Justin Allgaier, his former teammate. Good to see the Haas factory team drivers performing well. Sam Mayer has had a good few races this year, and I think they're kind of starting to get fired up now.
For sure. I mean, we knew this team would struggle just from the change in scenery and how they were running things for so long. But I mean, Sam's holding his own, 30 points right now, and doesn't have a win, but he's still racking up all those points, and that's because they're fast on or fast on Saturdays. That's qualifying.
Yeah, no
Qualifying
doubt.
speed, they're fast, and so they can get up there and be at the those stage points.
Yeah. And then for the finish of stage two, how about Justin Allgaier driving underneath Conor Zilich to get that win? Barely beating him there at the line. That was a good battle with the teammates.
Putting the kid to school, saying this is how you side draft.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And that's good for Conor Zilich too, because he got to learn, like, all right,
Mm,
maybe I'll do something different next time.
yeah,
And that was
for sure.
facing, like, that was racing the best in the Xfinity series right there.
For sure. So I mean, it's just good experience, and Connor Zilich is taking in all this experience and applying it very very well recently.
Yeah. Um, let's see what happened next. Oh yeah, we had Leland Honeyman getting loose in turn two, took out Carson
Mm,
Quapple, and they wrecked. Um, just man, it has been bad luck all season for Carson Quapple.
for sure, and he's still sitting top 8 in points. So I mean, he's making the best of his days, and he's just getting caught up in other people's stuff.
Yeah,
But he's learning to run up the front too.
yeah, he's staying consistent, which is good because it seemed like at the start of the year that this guy was just going to be going for wins and he would do whatever it takes. But now he's just like, all right, just kind of settle in the pack here and see what he can do. And has been pulling off great finishes and sitting in the top 10 and looks like he could make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's almost like early on he was like, "Oh, I'm never going to get an opportunity this good," and then somebody sat him down and like, "Dude, you're not on the hot seat. You have this chair for the whole season.
Right.
Go get them. Go put together good races." And so yeah, you can afford to get caught up in a little bit of a scuffle here this late in the season because you built up that bank of points.
Yeah. And how about Justin Allgaier and Kyle Larson racing
Mm,
hard, and Larson gets into him, and Allgaier goes sideways, hits the wall, gets some damage, ruins a good race for him.
damn. Yeah, and I still can't think of how far Allgaier's points lead would be if he didn't keep having stuff like this happen to him.
Yeah, right. He'd just be running away with it. And then comes the Eric Almirola Austin Hill incident. We already discussed this. Just
Mm,
Austin
bad look.
Hill, we've seen time and time again. This guy cannot control his temper. A veteran raced him hard, and he got a little pissed off about it. So took him out. Now he's suspended. Won't be racing Iowa. Loses all of his playoff points.
Surprisingly, Denny Hamlin was trying to come to his defense a little bit. He said the only thing that I can think of was happening is he's letting the wheel spin back through his hands. You know, like you're making a left turn on the road, and then when you get back on the road to go straight, you kind of just let the wheel go. The inertia of the car straightens out your front tires. Denny says he does this as the car's coming back. He grabs on too early to try to catch it, and it jerks his hands to the left. That's Denny's theory. At least it
I'm
was
not
an
buying
detrimental.
it.
No,
Yeah,
because we've seen Austin Dillon get hot-headed before. He got used up in the corner by a veteran who knows how to use people up and not wreck him. And he lost his mind. And he, with those big white gloves, caught it. The car straightens out and then goes wah, and that it's a bad look. And he should face the consequences. And Richard Childress Racing is going to face the consequences at the end of the season when he gets knocked out in round one or round two, and they have less of a owner's points finish because he lost all his playoff points and didn't get to the final four, probably where he should be going,
yeah.
and he's not going to be there.
I screwed his whole season up just because
And
he
it's
was
his
mad
fault because
for
of one,
five
yeah,
seconds.
one snap judgment will ruin your season, and it's hard. It's hard to be a race car driver. It's hard to live in the Cup Series. You're day in, day out with these guys. long, grueling season, and you have to be on it and keep your cool in these hot race cars. I mean, Matt Benedetto's car was showing 109 to 115 degrees all day. I can't imagine what it's like to drive those cars. But you do drive those cars for a living, and it's part of your job to keep yourself and your competitors safe. And this is a safety issue first and foremost. So I applaud NASCAR for not only I think they should have parked him for the rest of the race. Uh,
Yeah.
they gave him 5 laps there, and then they said, "Hold on, this isn't it. We're giving you a bad finish. You're gonna lose the points from this race, and you're gonna lose the points for the next race too, and all your playoff points for the rest of the season." I don't think these guys will learn unless NASCAR comes down on them now.
Yeah. I think that would be the best way to go. They handled it perfectly. Um.
Only it was so late in the race. All I would say is park him.
Yeah. What's the
If you're
point in
gonna
keeping him
park,
around?
if you're gonna put him 5 laps out of an 8 laps left, he's not gonna gain any positions back. He's not gonna lose any more positions. Park him.
Right.
Park him.
No need for this shit.
Yeah.
All right, but getting underway, we had to deal with a little bit of weather, but we got back to racing. And
Mhm.
how about the battle that we had with Connor Zilich and Taylor Gray going back and forth for the lead? But Connor Zilich, he was able to stay out front. He was able to hold off his, well, not even former teammate, I guess former Junior Motorsports driver Sam Mayer to get the win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So dude, Connor Zilich has been on a freaking roll lately.
It's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, he's winning on ovals now, and he's winning at some of the biggest ovals out there.
It's actually crazy because like okay, so he comes in, he grew up in Europe racing go-karts, trying to be an F1. All right. We know he's going to be good on the road courses. So when he wins at Sonoma, you're like, okay, well, yeah. And but going back a little earlier, Talladega breaks his back, not having a standout season whatsoever. The whole conversation before Talladega when he breaks his back is oh, you're here to learn. He's learning. He needs to learn ovals. He's a road course guy. Breaks his back, sits out a race. His team wins. I think his team figured out how to set up a car better for Connor with Kyle Larson in. And then he goes on a tear and he wins Pocono. Oh, first oval win. Well, kind of. It races more like a road course. Okay, then he wins. He beats Shane at his own game at Sonoma. You're like, ah, well, that's kind of expected. He's a road course guy. Then he goes to Dover, and everybody's saying you need experience at Dover. You need to have been there before to figure out how to go. And it's a rain shortened race, so they're like, ah, he just got lucky, timed it out right. And then you can't make an argument about Indianapolis. The prestige of that track and the experience and the guts it takes to come out there and race that. It's we're suddenly seeing the awakening of Connor Zilich in a stock car on ovals, and it's been fantastic to watch. And it felt like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did. I didn't think that he was gonna come away with a checker flag towards the end of this race. I thought, before he got into it, I thought it was going to be Justin Allgaier or even
Mhm.
Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer was showing a lot of speed. Still got a second place finish out of it, but Connor Zilich surprised all of us. I thought it was going to take him a while to adjust to these ovals and just keep winning on the road courses like we've seen with Shane Van Gisbergen. But Connor Zilich, he's a generational talent.
No,
I don't think we've seen anything like this since maybe Jeff Gordon.
something has clicked with him,
Hmm.
and it's incredible. Why? I mean, he's now got 29 playoff points. He's only again skipped a whole race with an injury. We see how Bowman's back injury affected him. Zilich broke his back, and he's 21 points out of the lead of the Xfinity Series. Incredible.
Yeah, the kid is damn impressive.
Hmm. It's really good, and it's really cool to see. And I mean, Trackhouse is 100% making the right decision
Oh
to
yeah,
put him in the cup. I mean, that's where the big bucks are made. And yeah, he may struggle. He may even go on the Ty Gibbs arc, but Ty Gibbs just won $1 million. He didn't have to win a race to do that.
yeah,
So, uh, he even in the Ty Gibbs arc, this guy 10 years down the line is going to be knocking on the door of 30 Cup wins.
I believe it. All right, well, let's get into Sunday with the Brickyard 400. Chase Briscoe led the field to green, a Hoosier leading at Indianapolis. That is
Mm,
something that you just love to see there. I mean, he grew up going to that track and seeing races there all the time, and then he got to lead the field to the
for sure.
Brickyard 400, one of the most prestigious tracks in the entire world. That just had to be so cool for him.
Yeah, and how about Toyota in general? I mean, you expect a track like Indianapolis, you expect Penske and Hendrick and Gibbs to show up, but you go Gibbs, 2311, Legacy in the top three,
Yeah.
uh, and you got five Toyotas leading the field, and they kind of set the tone for the weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. And then we had Denny Hamlin. We had quite a few drivers starting in the back. Denny Hamlin, McDowell, Nemechek, Zane Smith, Jesse Love. Jesse Love did not want to see that for another Cup Series start for him. But gives him it gives him a lesson on how
I
to
don't,
run through the Cup Series.
I don't think I knew Jesse Love was in this race,
Oh, really? Yeah, he was in the
and
62.
I watched the whole thing. I don't think I saw him once on the broadcast, and I did not know he was there. So cool. Congrats.
Yeah, wasn't
Congrats
much
on the
to show.
start, Jesse Love. Where'd he end up? Oh, 24th.
Yeah, not bad. Top
And
25.
yeah, and he ran off. He was only one lap down. So
Not a terrible
that's what
day.
you that's what you got to do, right?
Yeah. All right, and we had Ross Chastain getting wrecked by Michael McDowell. Hit the turn three wall. Car was toast.
It's a weird
Ch-
wreck. Weird
Chastain got
wreck.
Chastained, man.
It just it seemed odd, and I think that was a as people are saying the result of the weird fuel saving stuff going on. We were getting Daytona and Talladega at Indianapolis this week, so
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just as big as Daytona, so you can run some fuel
uh,
saving there, but that is not what you want to see with a track like this. You don't want to see fuel saving racing.
no, for sure. But again, this is one of the things, the confidence issue that comes from finishing poorly in series where you should go down and race well, and now you don't qualify well, and then you're back in the back, and you get run over when you're trying to save fuel, trying to pull some wacky strategy to get off the back of the field. So uh, finishes last, not what Ross needs.
Yeah.
Good thing he's got that Coke 600 win.
Yeah, I guess so, or dude, he would be stuck in the mud
Hmm.
right now
Hmm.
because he has not had a good season. All right, Chase Briscoe wins stage one, and then we get back going. How about this? Austin Cindric, he led 30 laps. He led 30 or more laps on Sunday. That was the most laps for a Team Penske entry at the Brickyard 400 since Rusty Wallace in 2000.
Damn.
That's a while.
Penske was pulling off all the wacky strategies to try to get those cars up to the front. Uh, it's very interesting to watch. Made it fun for me to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely was. And then we had Austin Cindric, who suffered a flat rear tire on the front stretch, and it sucked. He went right by pit road, and then his tire blew. He
Ugh.
had to ride all the way around, losing laps. And he was having a pretty decent day too.
Yeah, but Austin Cindric looks like a guy who says, "Ah, just my luck," a lot. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't. It sucks. He had a fast car. I mean, the Penske cars were all fast once they got up to the front. So uh, he still turned it into a 15th place finish. So
Yeah,
didn't ruin his day.
not terrible. Yeah. Uh, Penske won stage two with Ryan Blaney. He was looking good out there.
He
Um,
stretched out that fuel so long he had to pit with the when the pits were closed just to get to the end there.
yeah, right.
But take those 10 points, man. I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. And then another Penske car suffers. Joey Logano loses a right rear tire on the backstretch. I saw something on Twitter. I think we have almost 40 loose tires coming off of these cars since we've introduced the next gen. And there's been about the same amount of loose tires since I think 1991 to 2021. and we've
Was
been.
Joey Logano's a loose wheel?
Did he?
I thought he just had the
Oh no, that was a blown tire.
the
My bad.
flat. Yeah, somebody else lost the wheel though.
Yeah, there was someone else that
It was
lost it.
Jones. Eric Jones
Yeah, it
lost the
was.
wheel and smashed
Yeah,
the wall. But I mean, we expected this. Yeah, you have the same amount of loose tires or loose wheels on the track since '94. Yeah, that makes sense. Going from five to one lug. If you don't get you don't get one lug right on a five lug system, you're probably okay. If you don't get the one lug right on a one lug system, you're screwed.
yeah,
You're screwed. And these pit stops are getting faster and faster. But the problem with this one is that a lot of these stops are waiting on fuel. Should never happen.
yeah.
Should never happen.
That's
They've
crazy.
got time to do it well. So, um, yeah, maybe if your stop is longer than 10 seconds, there should be an extra penalty for having a loose wheel because you had time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. All right, and then we get rain, and then we go back racing, and then we get an overtime restart. Bubba
Oof.
Wallace led from the inside, and then we get a wreck with Joey Logano hitting Zane Smith. A few drivers involved there. Noah Gregson got wrecked. He was having a great race.
That
Could have gotten a top 10, but nope,
that
he
wreck
was over.
reminded me of Kyle Busch turning Chase Elliott at Darlington because it was Christopher Bell kind of just came down and misjudged a gap and took Zane Smith out. It was just weird. Christopher
Yeah,
Bell's having just a little bit of a slumpy summer as well. So, um, man, I mean, you're Bubba Wallace. You inherit the lead when Joey Logano blows a tire. Then the rain comes, and you're like, shoot, I got to fend off Kyle Larson on a restart with a few laps to go. Then they wreck, and you're like, oh my god, I got to do it again. Like I, I don't know I don't know how it happened. I
yeah,
really
but
don't.
Bubba Wallace was able to overcome two overtime restarts. He was able to hold off probably one of the best in the business right here, Kyle Larson, able to hold him off by 2/10 of a second and get his third career win here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. His first crown jewel victory. People can't talk shit about him anymore, man. He is a
Oh,
raceman.
they will.
They will, and they have. Don't go on Facebook. It's a cesspool this week. But
Ugh,
man,
I can't imagine.
I'm just so
Can't
mad I
imagine.
didn't go to this race. We were gonna go on just Sunday. My back was
Yeah,
killing me on Saturday, and I was like, it's gonna be raining. It's
yeah,
gonna be hot. Fuck that. I'll watch it at home. But
right.
damn, missed out on a Bubba Wallace win. But that was so cool to see him get that win.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, fantastic. And as he said, I can't wait to see how the goalposts move this time. Bubba's first regular season win. Uh, so his other two race wins came in the playoffs as a non-playoff driver. He doesn't have to worry about being on the bubble. He wins a crown jewel. You cannot. Yeah, he's got three wins. He's got a freaking crown jewel. He's got a crown to wear now because
Yeah,
there's a jewel to put in that crown. I don't see how you can take any of that away. And in the entire history of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, they've run what, like 109, 110 Indianapolis 500s. Been running NASCAR here since 1994, amongst countless other events. F1 races raced at this speedway for a bit. Bubba Wallace is the first black man to win at this very historic track, and they're not taking anything like that away from him. You, he came out here. It was not rain shortened. It was not gimmicky. They ran the strategy. They were fast.
he
Bubba
qualified
runs
second.
well. Bubba runs well at this racetrack. Ran third here in a Richard Petty Motorsports car,
Yeah,
the
I was
Richard
there
Petty
for that one.
Motorsports of old. So I I'd like to see them try to move the goalposts because, as far as I'm concerned, they might have to put them somewhere out in the ocean where nobody's going to see those goalposts anyway.
Right?
So it was just an incredible drive by Bubba, and for him to be able to keep his composure through the rain, the rain delay, and then the two overtimes, really good stuff. We are witnessing a changed Bubba, and he
Yeah.
he took a zero win bubble car to the round of eight. What's he going to do when he has the backing of a win and a few extra playoff points?
Yeah, no doubt. I think his eyes are wide open now. I think Bubba Wallace is going to be turning into a very dangerous driver pretty soon.
For sure, for sure. I mean, Bubba could go out and win again before the playoffs start.
Oh yeah,
I
no
really
doubt.
think so. I mean, we're going to Iowa. Who knows how that'll look, but I mean, Bubba's been doing better at road courses in Watkins Glen. Races more like an oval. We could see him out there. Toyota does well at Richmond,
Mhm.
and then Daytona. We
Yeah.
Bubba loves to be up at the front of Daytona. We know that. So I think Bubba could contend at all four of these tracks and go win Daytona for sure.
He's got a shot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll make our picks for Iowa this weekend. So stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. We are going to be making our picks for Iowa Speedway upcoming this weekend. The Truck Series are off, but we will be starting off with the Xfinity Series. It is the High V Perks 250. It is a 250 lap race, 219 miles. We got some notables in this one. Ross Chastain will be in the 9 once again for Junior Motorsports. And like we said earlier in the show, Carson Hocevar will be in the 11 for Colleague Racing. Tom, it is going to be another big weekend in Iowa Speedway. It is the second weekend for the Cup Series out there in Iowa, but this is not the second rodeo for the Xfinity Series. They have been here before, and it is good to see them back here at the track. So we're going to start off with Nick's pick first. He is going to be going with surprise, surprise, Justin Allgaier, because Justin Allgaier just wins Nick a bunch of points all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in the contention for the win. Uh, and Junior Motorsports is so no signs of slowing down. So you, they're what 12 wins already this year, and why not? Why not get some more?
Yeah, just got their
It's
100th
incredible.
total win.
It's almost seems like if you have the first pick for our little contest here, you got to pick Justin Allgaier. It's a bad bet not to.
Yeah.
I've been burned by it before, so and Nick seems to get all the points. Of course, I pick Allgaier and he crashes, but it is
Yeah,
what it is.
it happens. But who do you think is going to win on Saturday?
I should go with a former Xfinity Series champion who's raced well on this track, probably because he's an Xfinity Series champion. He's also doing a one off, and that's Austin Dillon in the 21, the suspended 21, kind of like the 88 earlier, but not for an. Will get the win on the off week of the main driver. I'm going with Austin Dillon. He's a talented race car driver. He's a Daytona 500 winner. Um, I know he gets a lot of flack because he doesn't perform well in Cup Series, but he performed well at one time in Xfinity Series, and these cars haven't changed since he was racing them. So I'm going with Austin Dillon.
All right, not bad at all. Uh, I gotta go with a Cup Series veteran that's coming down here, Ross Chastain. Talked about it earlier. He has not won yet
Mm.
in the Junior Motorsports stable, but his Trackhouse teammates of SVG and Daniel Suarez have. So, and he's gonna be nomming on some corn in Victory Lane here on Saturday.
For sure. I think those are some great picks. I'm thinking about the two car and the eight car. I mean, I'm thinking particularly about Rockingham um, and how well those two ran. And, and maybe the two car won't be cheated up this time.
Right?
So watch out for those two if you don't like our other picks.
Not bad. All right, well, let's move over to the Cup Series race. Bring up the information here. We got the Iowa Corn 350 laps, and it will be 306 miles. It is the second race here at Iowa Speedway for the Cup Series. We saw Ryan Blaney win last season. So I'm going to be going first. I'm not going to be going with Ryan Blaney. I'll be going with the guy who finished second last season at Iowa Speedway, and that is old Willie B. We haven't seen him win in a while. It has been in a little bit of a slump, so it'll be good to see him back in victory lane where he got his, I believe this was his second Xfinity Series win when he was with Junior Motorsports. So he knows his way around this track.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and he needs to pick it up. He's been up at the top of the points, but he's been dethroned. He was going to take it over, but then he ran out of gas last week. So he's got to get it up. Hendrick Motorsports is going to be fast anywhere, so I think it's a safe and good pick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still win though is the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit surprising for him to be running so well, but not really winning all that much.
Yeah. Consistency is key.
Hmm.
All right. Well, who is your winner on Sunday?
Got to go with the stats, and we only have 1 year of stats. And the only guy that seems to know how to pass in the next gen era, and that's Ryan Blaney. Ford has not won since Ryan Blaney's win at Nashville, June 1st. You got a kind of a smaller D-shaped flat type of track, and he won here last year. So I'm going to pick Ryan Blaney to drive through the field or drive, whether he's leading or he starts in the back, he's going to be driving through the field, lapping cars.
Yeah.
So I like Blaney. I just like Blaney.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it anymore, even though he drives for Penske. I like Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Blaney. Blaney is a good driver to just pick because he can be good really anywhere we go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, man, we're really lowballing it here because Nick's pick for this weekend is Chase Elliott. We're going with the top three finishers of last year's race at Iowa Speedway. You got Ryan Blaney, the winner. I got Byron from second place, and Nick is picking the third place finisher from last
Well,
year,
what else
Chase
do we have
Elliott.
to
So,
go off of?
yeah, that was the only race done last year. Dude, how about this? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finished fifth last season at Iowa Speedway. So he
Yeah,
may be able to may look out for him. Josh Berry finished seventh as well. So and Brad Keselowski, he got a 10th place finish as well. So the
didn't
Fords could come alive this weekend.
didn't Ricky win that race where Carl Edwards or Ricky blew an engine and Carl Edwards ran through the back of him at this track?
Yeah, Ricky blew
Or was that
his
the other way
tire.
around?
Ricky blew his tire like right at the finish line, and
Ugh.
Carl just slammed right at him, and Ricky still won the fucking race.
Well, and all I'll say is maybe at least we did pick the top three finishers from last year, but at least I picked outside. I had the grace to pick outside the top two in points. So
There you go.
just saying, just saying. But it looks like we like Chevys and Fords this week. Obviously, look out for Joe Gibbs Racing. I was this close to just going off the wall and picking Christopher Bell. I'll be keeping an eye on him this week, and I'm
Yep.
curious to see how Bubba responds going into a bubble race where he is not on the bubble. That'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, should be. Yeah, Christopher Bell, he finished fourth last season. I went to Iowa Speedway in 2019 when he was in the Xfinity Series. He dominated this race. He was just looking so good, led almost every single lap up until he blew a tire. His day was over, and Chase Briscoe ended up winning that race.
Mhm.
So I really do think Christopher Bell, he's one to look out for this weekend.
And you just said another name who's having a really strong summer. It took a little bit to settle in to that 19 car, but Chase Briscoe is looking strong. I think he might be my pick to go on and win the championship the way he's racing. I
Yeah,
think they're setting themselves up for success and they're kind of hitting that stride right where they need to be.
I mean, he's winning a bunch of poles this year. He got his first win with Joe Gibbs Racing back at Pocono. So everything's looking up for Chase Briscoe right
Yeah.
now. I really, yeah, I believe you. I really think he could make a deep playoff run here.
I mean, you got to score points in the playoffs, and the best way to score points is to start at the front and get those stage points right away. I mean, obviously, it would help to win races, which Chase Briscoe has shown he can do late in the season. Um, but I think he's really setting himself up for success in a deep playoff run.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, and that ended the TNT run for NASCAR. I was not impressed by the TNT broadcast. I thought they really
Yeah.
lacked. It felt like a Fox broadcast, just with better announcers in the booth. That was really
Right.
about it. The tournament challenge was fun watching drivers like Ty Dillon and John Hunter Nemechek fight for it, but at the end of the day, it was a little baby boy that won it and went right into the Grandpa Joe's pockets.
Yeah, I think the tournament challenge would have been a little bit more compelling if they didn't start with Atlanta.
Yeah.
But it was fun to feature some of those guys that we don't see every day. I mean, it was fun to follow the Ty Dillon story. Fun to see Mamba Smith interviewing Joe Gibbs. There, I said it. Interviewing Ty Gibbs in a Ty Dillon T-shirt before the Indy race. It's like the people's champ. And they were doing some fun things with the and some good stuff with the charity stuff they were announcing for
Oh
the.
yeah.
I think it did bring a lot of vision to the mid pack. I just wish it was a little more compelling if you had a final of like William Byron and Ryan Blake going for it. And but we did see it also affect outcomes of races and affect choices on the track. And I'm looking at turn 11 at Sonoma on the final lap when Ty Dillon punts Bowman out of the way to make sure he stays alive. I mean, Ty Dillon is not doing that if there's not $1 million eventually on the line. So he did everything he could. I think it was fun. As for TNT, there were so many times with just the direction where I'm like, why would you take that shot? What was that shot? What are you doing? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get to NBC. I'm excited to hear Lee Diffie in the booth again. Um,
Yes, I can't wait
and
for Little Lee.
NBC has been doing this for a while now. I think this is their ninth year after coming
Yeah.
back. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And they're all focused on Cup. They're all go. So uh, NBC for the rest of the season, NBC USA, and you can still watch your driver cams on Max. So up those Peacock subscriptions again if you let those lapse, and enjoy some racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's going to be a fun weekend of racing out in corn country. Tom, it was a great show, buddy. Got anything else to add?
No, no, I'm excited to. I love this Midwest swing. They do the west the far west swing in the early season. We kind of in a Midwest swing here, so
Love to
good to
see it.
bring tracks close to home.
Absolutely, man. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and check out all of our links down below. And make sure to comment down who you think is going to be in victory lane this weekend. That'll do it for us. I'm Ian Jortson.
And for Nick Kinzel, I'm Tom Hovland.
And we'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the race at Iowa.